And Richard, just finally on Gaza, Donald Trump has threatened several times to rain down hell on Gaza unless all the hostages are finally out. We've also had the Gaza Trump Towers Gold Coast resort plan, which is maybe you put your name down for a flat share up there on one of the Trump Towers overlooking the Mediterranean. But where are we with Hamas, and at what point will the threat of unleashing hell take place? Will we see the Israelis move in? Will we see the Americans giving them the green light to move in?
Well, with the massive fee I receive for appearing on Outsiders at this time, I can afford several houses.
Of course, you can top penthouse, Gaza Towers. That's it. The Kemp suite.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But to be serious, I think we're receiving mixed messages now about the continuation of the ceasefire, which has been going on for several weeks, and the aim of the ceasefire was not to preserve Hamas life, of course, because that's something that needs to be annihilated, but was to pause operations in order to get back as many hostages as possible. And it looks like Hamas are quite concerned about the threats from Trump to enable Israel and to give the green light to Israel, because they've now said at least they're going to release some more hostages, and that shows, to my mind, that shows fear in their heads. But however this works out, however this latest sort of series of negotiations work out, I think come the time that the Israeli government decides they have secured the release of as many hostages as possible, and of course there are still some alive and some dead in Gaza, once that time arrives, I believe that the Israelis will then resume operations in Gaza. They'll go back to the fight and finish off Hamas, which has got to happen. And I believe if that does happen, then the new US administration will be fully supportive of them, as the previous one wasn't. The previous Biden administration tried to restrain Israel. I think the Trump administration, once the decision's taken to return to the fight, will encourage Israel to fight on to the end, because, of course, there can be no resolution to this situation before really two main things happen. First of all, Hamas is destroyed in Gaza, and contrary to what people say about you can't destroy an ideology, Hamas can be destroyed in Gaza and should be. And secondly, that the head of the octopus, which includes all of the numerous proxies around the region, is chopped off. In other words, the regime in Tehran.
Richard Kemp, Colonel Richard Kemp, always great to chat to you. Thanks so much. We'll let you go to sleep now, and we'll speak to you again here on Outsiders. Thanks so much. Richard Kemp, Colonel Richard Kemp there in Israel.